With the hurt, it hums to life. A silent edge, guiding strife. With every swing, I feel the weight of stars and moons, a fading hate. Through the smoke, it carves a line. A crescent strike, a perfect sign. No shimmering wall can stand its glow. A simple flash, and down they go. Feel the surge, the power ignite. The moonlight blade, a perfect strike. In my hands, the stars align. Every swing, the night is mine. With the moonlight blade, I sever fate. And once with arc, I devastate. Through armored shells and iron veins, I cut through steel, I leave no chains. The glowing edge, pure moon and fire. It cleaves the worlds, it never tires. Through endless foes, I clear my way. The moonlight leads and none can stay. Light, none can survive. It's not just power, it's the flow. A perfect arc that none can know. In close quarters, swift and tight. It dances fast, burning bright. Every clash, the sparks will fly. But none can match its ghostly cry. Feel the surge, the power ignite. The moonlight blade, a perfect strike. In my hands, the stars align. Every swing, the night is mine. With the moonlight blade, I sever fate. And once with arc, I devastate. Through armored shells and iron veins, I cut through steel, I leave no chains. The glowing edge, pure moon and fire. It creeps through worlds, it never tires. Through endless foes, I clear my way. The moonlight leads and none can stay. Instead to break the armored core, one more to even out the score. In the chaos, it stays true. Cutting clean, cutting through. Enemies fall, they cannot flee. The moonlight's light will set me free. It guides my hand, I feel no fear. The blade and eye, crystal clear. With the moonlight blade, I sever fate. And once with arc, I devastate. Through armored shells and iron veins, I cut through steel, I leave no chains. The glowing edge, pure moon and fire. It cleaves the worlds, it never tires. Through endless foes, I clear my way. The moonlight leads and none can stay. One strike will glow, it's all it takes. The moonlight cuts, and everything breaks.
How's it going, everybody? We are back. Hope everybody's having a good ass day. Hope everybody's having a good ass day. We are back with some Rogue Trader. Apparently there was an update. The devs caught us. The devs saw that we were quick loading in Grimdark mode, and they fucking took it away. Can't believe this shit. Can't believe this shit. Genuinely fucking heartbroken about that. But we're still gonna play. We are gonna finish this, and it's gonna be easy. We're gonna show those devs that we don't need their quick saves or their quick loads. We can do this shit. Plus, it's an easy difficulty. It's only on daring. And, you know, I've said it before. Rogue Trader is a very well balanced game, in my opinion, at least. You know, the medium difficulty feels like medium difficulty, right? So we can do this. No problemo. We're gonna be fine. So I actually have been thinking about maybe switching to a hammer, but I think I'll switch to a hammer when I get one that is better than this. Although, yeah, I feel like for a seneschal, a great sword fits nicely, and you know, for me, a hammer and chainsaw. I almost call it a chain sword, but it's a chainsaw. Just a regular saw, you know, the type of shit that you use for cutting metal. Did we go in here? Okay, so we do have to go into Dargonas, but I also kind of want to check this out first. During the period designated as the night shift, the air, any shield? Shield? Who do you take me for? No, there's no shields in the game, though. Sad. Sister Argenta, one of the Lord Captain's personal, was found in her cabin, pale, crying, and caught up in a waking dream. She didn't seem to notice anyone around her. Instead, she clutched a fragment of a burnt aquila in her hand and kept calling for her mother. It took an hour to bring her around. Hey, chainsaw to cut cheese with. Damn, now I kind of wonder if they have, like, miniature chainswords for, like, cutlery, or if it's just purely weapons. Alright, time to scan this shit. Because we found in one of our cogitators that there would be treasure in here. Oh, that showed up. After analyzing the auger data, the officers were surprised to discover that the planet was once covered with oceans. Long ago, an unknown cataclysm caused the seas to dry out and turned the world into a lifeless desert. The most amazing discovery of all was the skeletal remains of a colossal oceanic organisms, some large enough to be seen from orbit. Goddamn. Motherfucker sitting here saying life is fragile. Bitch, all water is gone. Alright? There's nothing fragile about dying of thirst because there's no fucking water on the planet. There are sects in the Imperial cult whose adherents believe transgressors will be punished after death on burning planets. This world could serve as one such purgatory. Hey. Is this the thing? Overgrown trees and ivy-covered roots conceal an ancient biodome nestled in one of the crevices. It would have been impossible to locate this place without the precise coordinates from the Armillary sphere. Yeah, explore. The structure is in a state of gross disrepair. Ew. Gross. Creepers cover the walls and ceiling, and pungent flowers and berries hang from beams and equipment alike. The center of the structure reveals a sealed chamber where vegetation has yet to break through. Inside is a humble bunk. A decayed body sprawled over it, tables with blueprints, parts, and tools, and a great number of chests containing treasure. Examine the room and the body. Judging by the dead man's clothes, the diary pages, and the monograms on the blueprints, you realize that you have found the final resting place of the legendary Captain Bartholomeus Ort. During his long and adventurous life, he traveled the entire expanse, mapping out numerous star systems and, in his later years, realizing his life's work, the armillary sphere that he imbued with some of his knowledge. Realizing his life's work, the armillary sphere that he imbued with some of his knowledge. The device on your ship is undoubtedly his creation. While the Adeptus Mechanicus was still hotly debating whether or not he had committed the crime of invention, Bartholomew's disappeared without a trace, leaving only a single message. I've gathered treasures from hundreds of worlds, but they will not be handed over to the covetous lords of the expanse. Instead, I bequeath my riches to the one who cherishes the shine of the stars more than any gold or rubies. It seems that you happen to be this person. Take the treasures. Okay, so a death cult blade. Okay. Stolen breath. Whenever the wearer's ally dies in combat, the wearer immediately gains... Okay. And if they're a heretic, they get tougher. Xeno artifacts, profit factor, and Tamer of the Empyrean. If psychic phenomena or perils of war trigger, the wearer gains +1 psi rating during their next turn. It's not that good. Kind of weird that he'd have a death cult blade on him instead of, you know, something a little bit more standout. Alright, let's see what... Now it shows up again? Yeah, let's throw that out. For some reason that had just disappeared. Yeah, I don't think I want this on anybody. Like, unless I'm playing full-on heretical, I don't think we have anybody with the necessary heretical nature to make use of that. Like, maybe if we were a heretic and we we were playing a warrior, and then we recruited Kalagos close to the end of the game. He might be, making use of this, but other than that, I don't think we're going to be wanting that at all. %20 extra damage against Xenos and demons is way too good to pass up for any reason. Wait. I think I'll give this to her. And I'm going to throw this out. Let's see. So his is just better, right? Like, he has a +2 permanently. And this gives her bonus to warp lore, which she is our warp expert, so we should lean into that. Okay. Kind of a shitty loot drop. Not gonna lie. Not very good loot. Let's make it just unsafe. Chart new routes. Let's visit this place. Pascal Hanuman. Venerable Mega. Ooh, pirates. It's pirates, chat. We gotta beat up the pirates. Just a second. I should actually go grab some water. It is a thirsty Thursday. We need to drink water on thirsty Thursdays. Otherwise, is it even really thirsty Thursday, right? I'm getting messed up. So you got 2 cobras and a viper. Let's throw these guys out. Let's see if we can destroy these guys before their next turn. Hit a little harder than I expected it to. I want to see if I can destroy this Viper-class destroyer. Hit him with the warp wave. Cool. And let's restart our shields. Ah. I keep forgetting that I only have macro cannons on this side. This side, I mean, not this side. This is plasma. Wait, no, these are plasma macro cannons. What the hell? It says all macro cannons. These are macro cannons. But no, they're actually plasma batteries, not macro cannons. Let's move over here. Oh wait, that... Oh wow, damn. Wasn't expecting it to kill instantly. Surprising. Hey Maggie, how's it going? Let's do a quick spin. And yeah, we're gonna go all the way yonder. Summon our boys over there.
Fire at will.
Let's cut that dude down. I want to destroy those plasma torpedoes because there's an achievement for it. Crap, gonna take damage. All because I wanted the achievement. I'm only slightly disappointed in myself. God damn it, mother bitch. He destroyed the thing I wanted him to not destroy.
With the force of a super...
I snozzed. Alright, that's a level up on the ship's part. Sure, we got enough to repair. Flagship's torpedo tubes are loaded with 3 torpedo salvos instead of 1. This is actually, like, super strong. So is boarding party, though. So we'll take that one, because there's an achievement tied to it. And I'm trying to get achievements. I like achievements. They make me feel like I've achieved something. Provisions, just 1. Ooh. We got an extra compass, or an extra piece of the Archaeotech compass. What is this? The ship's augurs have detected a non-native mineral cluster on the planet's surface, probably the remains of an ancient asteroid shower. The substance is valuable, but collecting it will not be easy. The asteroid sits right above numerous underground caverns. The ancient tunnels and vaults are incredibly unstable, would likely not bear the weight of a large group of humans, let alone a shuttle. Yeah. The crew's expertise made it possible to collect the mineral without disturbing the ancient caverns. Yay! Plasteel. God damn it. I guess we could take 5 plasteel. That's not terrible. I guess. Crap. Warp breach. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab water. It is a thirsty Thursday. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. No one leave. No one's allowed to leave. I'm back. I have water. For this thirstiest of Thursdays. Alright, so we've got warp breaches. Alright, Pascal, you go there. Van Calix. Argenta can take these guys. Jay. Esteban and Cassia. Yeah, that works. Right, go ahead and blast them with plasma. Motherfucker dodged. Dick. When is it Argenta's turn? Wow, she actually did pretty poorly on initiative this time. She usually does way better than that. Mostly because she has really high agility. Okay, so she can't shoot, but she can move.
Without deeds is worthless.
Then use this. This. Oh, wow. Hit him. That heavy flamer do be doing work. Okay. Blast him.
Justice for the weak.
Do this thing. And let's take this chance to clear out as many of these trash mobs as we can.
You, my emperor.
Okay, he's dead. Dead. Not dead, but about to be. Okay, now dead. Okay, and dead. I think I should have 1 or 2 more shots. I wasn't counting. But should be like 1 or 2 more shots. I was right. I was correct in my assessment. Do this. Apply cookerage. But yeah, this guy's not dead. Interesting. Argenta, go ahead and finish them off, please.
As the emperor commands, I act.
Okay, so first things she's gonna do is just clear these guys out. Just completely mow his ass down. Do this. Finish him. I don't know if there's gonna be any more. Yeah, let's start throwing out buffs.
My faith strengthens me. Death to the heretics.
Follow my lead.
That guy just skipped his turn. He didn't feel like playing. go ahead and give that person an extra turn. Let's see what they do with it. Okay, that's a kill. That's a kill. That's good. That's good. Okay. Pascal's turn. Can you don't? Like, goddamn. Like, I'm shooting to hit 2 people. Why do I only hit 1 each time? Come on. Yeah. Blow him away.
Weapon at the ready.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
No.
High momentum.
Okay, so let's get close, and let's make use of that dual wielding that you started with. Never mind, didn't need it. That was it? Alright. I guess we now have to leave the bridge? No. Where do we go? Okay. Cool. We did it. Easy as pie. Pie. Alright, let's go in here. Ordinatus 11. Lord Captain, Drukhari ships are patrolling the system. The likelihood of slipping past their patrols unnoticed is close to 0. Where am I? You failed to get past the nearest Drukhari ship to attack at once. Get ready, others will soon join it. Alright, fine. I don't mind beating the shit out of some Dark Eldar. I do enjoy blowing up space elves. Ow. My guy, don't you think you're doing a little bit too much? Little bitch? Damaging me and shit? Prick. Right, which one's blocked? Oh. 2 turns of no warp channeling? Alright. Okay. I can deal with that.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
So, plasma battery and macro cannon. I'm gonna drop these guys off here.
The pressure.
This thing reloads all the ones that were fired in the acceleration, which was here. So we reload this and get his ass. Got him. Let's launch a boarding party over there and restart our shields and end the turn. That did some damage. Internal fires, okay. Did some things and some stuff. God damn, that shit hurt, you know? Mostly hurts my feelings, but still. Rude.
Fire at will.
Okay. Let's throw another set of these boys out. And let's throw another boarding party out. Just to let him know that we meant that shit the first time. God damn, that's so much damage. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with a few more of these destroyers. But we got these interceptors, which are gonna fuck them up, so. Oh, and he stopped right in the middle of them, too. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna need to shoot that guy at all. Like, there's a chance that he's just gonna be destroyed by these, by the interceptors. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Go ahead. Let's go all the way to the end. Blast him. Hit him with a boarding party. Jesus, it's so much damage. Those twin las cannons hit different.
Our enemies desire a bitter end.
Damn, more of them. Okay, now we need to get away. Okay, I'm thinking we're far enough away that they won't be able to get at us. Because we're pretty low on health. They might actually cook us. And I'd rather not die here. I would rather not get thrown into the start screen again. Not at this point. That'd be very frustrating. What the fuck is that over there?
Lance batteries. Volley.
Destroy that guy.
Helmsman. Take us in.
the hell's this? Fuck, dude. Ah, by 1 damage. Shit. I'm gonna get destroyed now. Oh, and that one's right there. Oh no. I'm about to take so much damage, dude. They didn't shoot the missiles. There's the fucking missiles. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. They're gonna kill me. Fuck, dude. I fucking hate Drukhari. I fucking hate Drukhari. God damn it. I wonder if I can cheese it. I wonder if I can cheat. Let's see. Might as well try. Might as well try. There's no reason not to. God damn it. Okay. Okay, it worked. It worked. Nobody's allowed to tell Owlcat about that. No one tells Owlcat. No one. It's our secret. Oh, this time it's these two that are locked. Okay. Cool. I could hit him with a Void Ship Ram, just to make sure this thing goes down, but I don't know if this is going to be worth the damage I'll take. It wasn't bad. We didn't take that much damage. God damn, these things move so much. Makes it really hard to deal with them by like spacing them out. Let's put these guys down. See if we can't blow the bitch up.
Let them chase our fury.
Oh man, those fucking void shields keep reactivating. They're so fast, and because of those void shields, they're so deceptively tanky. Okay, good. How are you this close to me already? You were like... You were so far away. How are you that close to me now? Jesus fucking Christ, they moved so much. Okay. Moved too much. Shit.
With the force of a
Okay.
supernova.
Please don't activate your shield. Of course you did. Really? Both shields reactivated. God damn it. God damn it. I hate these things. Filthy Xenos. Let's do a shallow jump. See if we can't take this guy out. Nice. Come on. Nice. Okay. Okay, it's pretty far away. They shouldn't be able to close the distance all the way. But they can. Holy shit, how fast are these guys? God damn. At least they're not hitting me with the missiles. The missiles are the thing that hurts. Okay. Hit him with this. Okay. What the hell? Oh. They only have fuel for one more round. I get it. Naruhodo. Okay, so hit him with that. It's not gonna kill though.
Coordinates set. Fire at will.
Nice. Shit, more of them. Please skip your turns. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's get as far away from them as we can. How do you move this much? The missiles do eat shit, dude. Fuck off. Why are you so fast? Why do you hit so hard? Why are you so hard to kill? Jesus. Dick.
Make every shot count.
I may be dead.
Undying
Of course I am. Fuck you, man. Multiple crits. Multiple fucking crits. I fucking hate Drukhari. Did you know I hate Drukhari? Because I do. I really don't like them. I think they're annoying. I think they're annoying. I don't think they needed to be here. It's just... You were not part of God's plan. I refuse to give up, though, because I know I can beat them. Yeah, come on. Just load the fight. Yep. Why can't I shoot this? Okay, we're gonna ram it. What do you mean unavailable? What part of it is unavailable? Why is it unavailable? What the hell? Okay, let it spin around. Why can you move so much? Oh, now I can use my fucking torpedoes. You know, the thing that I should have been able to use, like, round one. Thank you, game. Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing that. Fuck you. I should have had 2 torpedoes flying around now, instead of just 1. In fact, this guy should be dead to torpedoes. Because the torpedoes would have been on him. Shouldn't have had to worry about him anymore. But no, instead I have to fucking worry about him. Fucking hell. Cheating ass game. Yeah, send out a boarding party. Oh, I'm sorry. How many turns are you gonna take? They just took 2 turns. No idea why.
Let the void
Okay.
sort them out.
Put that down. Jump. Throw this at him. Okay, didn't take a lot of damage there. It's good. Or there. Also very good. Come on. Nice. Please kill him. Good. Oh, good. Oh, I'm sorry. Why'd you skip the end of my turn? It was my turn. I was gonna do shit. Well, at least I get to hit him without him hitting me. Still don't like it when you skip my turn, game.
Make every shot count.
Because I was doing stuff. Not important stuff, but stuff. Come on. Ah, he's literally on the edge there. Not gonna be able to hit him. Unless I hit this meaty ass reload and just blow him the fuck apart. Yes! Okay. The other one's over there. Okay, he's gonna close in. So we're gonna move you over there. And... okay, that's... surprising. Didn't expect him to only move that amount. Jump forward.
Make every shot
Get them.
count.
That was not the nearest torpedo, by the way, this was. Like, I'm just saying, right? Yeah, it's just gonna blow up. Bastard. Okay, hopefully these guys don't take their turns. Nope, he's gonna. Shit. What the fuck? That is not how much damage you deal. That is not the normal amount of damage those things deal. God damn, that was a lot. Am I dead? I might be dead. Thank you.
Torpedoes, away!
Get him. If I move... no, I'm never gonna move enough. I should have used new heading. Sweet. Battle's over. Oh my god, thank fuck.
Righteous fury of the exalted one.
Thank fuck, I won. Yep, fixed my shit. And we got a new weapon. Godsbane Lance Weapon. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna upgrade our battery, Graham, because yeah, that shit was actually kind of goated. Being able to just obliterate that first target. Okay, we did it though. A lot of flamers. A lot of weapons in general. Two plasteel isn't worth an extractant. Okay. Okay, third part. One more to go. across plundered vessel containing the ancient machines. This time, tech priests greedily inspected everything down to the last cog, but all they were able to was another fragment. Perhaps somewhere in the expanse, there are more ships like this one. There should be one more. I mean, we have quarters, and we have 3 of them. So there should be a 4th quarter. What do you think, chat? My logic checks out? I think my logic checks out. And if you don't agree, well, too bad. I'm the rogue trader here. The Olga crew picks up a heavily damaged Xenos void ship among the countless rock masses of the asteroid belt. An Eldari vessel, beyond doubt. According to the Von Valancius archives, about 100 standard years ago, the Imperial Navy set up a barrier in the system against pirates and the enemies of humanity. Countless primed mines are still scattered among the wreckage. The Voxmaster manages to tune the ship's system to an unconventional frequency, and the bridge suddenly fills with chime-like Xenos voices. Drawn out and mournful, they sing in an unknown tongue, but every officer on the bridge can sense that this is a dirge. Answering the call, Ilia jumps to the cogitators, startling the officers on the bridge with her sudden jolt. In the hopes of understanding the monkey technology and figuring out how to help her kin, the Eldari runs in circles around blinking vid screens, but the mysteries of the machine god elude the Xenos. Then she turns to the Lord Captain, powerless. Ilia is asking the Elantok to help her kin, who have found themselves trapped in a snare of fate. The Eldari are enervated and weak, and their song is a cry of despair, a cry that is fading. Yes, let's do this one. Now all the crew can do is hope that the calculations are correct, and that the veteran officer's experience has not let them down. Let's inquire about the state of the vessel. The Eldari vessel's hull and engines have presumably been damaged in a collision with a small celestial body. However, it is impossible to prove or disprove this hypothesis at such a distance. The Xenos vessels differ too much from those of the Imperium. Order his officers to establish communication. However, the Xenos do not respond to the incoming signals. After several attempts, the frequency tuned by the Voxmaster gets lost, and the mournful song fades away. Let's try and get them out of there. Shuttle enters the asteroid field. The pilot proceeds with caution, confidently avoiding chunks of rock and nearly imperceptible mines. However, when the shuttle reaches the Xenos ship, the rescue team's report catches the bridge crew off guard. The vessel's starboard side has been breached by the macro weapons of an unknown Imperial void ship. There are no survivors. Shielding her eyes, Iliad closes them and clutches the spirit stone at her breast. Ooh. Neat. With notes of sadness in her voice, carefully picking her words, she concedes that the Elantok did all they could to save her kin, and yet it is the monkey who are responsible for the loss of the Eldari void ship. Saddened by the pain and hatred that humans have brought upon her kind, Iliad quietly leaves the bridge. Yeah, but you guys deserve it a lot of the time, so it's... Oh hey, we can... It's a hidden bug report button there. Oh, that's kind of funny. You can't actually see it. It's hidden. It's invisible, but if you, like, hover over there, you can... It's there. Neat. So what do we pick up? Just a regular Eldari chainsword? Double chainsword. Was this always here? Dodge reduction? Interesting. Add that to cargo. Because I don't recall seeing that before. Alright, whatever. On to the Mortis Accius. No perils. Perils, no periling. Perils, no periling. Visit the Mortis Accius. Nothing. Let's go over here first, and then we'll go boop, boop, boop. Go ahead, begin scan. Ooh, loot. Fat fucking loot. Speaking of fat fucking loot, we do have fuel here. I should drop by those Mechanicus chuds that we saw yesterday and see about... Ooh, peculiar settlement. This planet can barely sustain life, and yet searchers discovered a long-lost Imperial colony, one that was cut off from the rest of the galaxy centuries ago. The colonists live in conditions worse than any underhive, yet they still venerate the Emperor and gladly welcome their visitors. The Lord Captain receives an invitation from the local ruler, and the Archqueen Princeps Domina. 1 shuttle and 2 rifles should be enough. Pay the Archqueen an official visit. The ruler meets the Lord Captain in a shack, considered to be a palace by the people here. The Archqueen's unusual crown is made out of metal coils, most likely parts of an ancient device for boiling water. Aye. Guest serves the finest delicacies the colony can provide. The Archqueen praises the visitors in mangled low Gothic and calls the Lord Captain her dear brother. At the end of the audience, gifts are presented to the guests. The Archqueen's minister delicately remarks that the best possible gift the Lord Captain and his crew could provide would be the replenishment of the colony's meager gene pool. Gives orders to canvass the lower decks for volunteers. The most ruggedly handsome among them will be sent to the Archqueen's court, along with other gifts. Archqueen is delighted and flattered. She hopes the Lord Captain will pay her more visits in the future. And they never saw him again. Wow, we're getting a lot of good stuff here. Which is, as the kids say, pretty poggers. Oh? Swift and merciless retribution is a proper face for many transgressors, but the Imperium permits using the convicts for hard labor on distant prison worlds, like Viaba 6. Oh, this is a colony planet. Okay. To atone for their crimes before humanity, hundreds of thousands of rogues and lowlifes toil in the mines of the Von Valancius Protectorate until death from exhaustion or some other unfortunate accident claims their forsaken souls. Shouldn't I get access to it? Okay, whatever. Let's actually continue doing this. No, I want this one. So let's do this one. And what's on Janus that we can do? Nothing. Can't do nothing. So, of these ones, which ones do I want? There's Dark Sages, which gives us Xenotech and Profits. Chemicals and Profits. Extra damage against Xenos is pretty nice. So if we get Dark Sages, this one or this one. So Seeker of the Weak. Karkala's Honor. Neither one of these is like amazing, but they both give really good security. What about this one? What does this give? Scorcher, stuff that I'll never use. I guess we'll go with this one. Might as well, right? Okay. So let's see, where are those Mechanicus chuds? There you are. Order the monster be banished with faith and prayer. Fuck. Oh? Let me check this unquenchable greed thing. It will be important later, probably. Roger has been caught by a high rank who previously helped with reclaiming a relic of Saint Cognatius from House Chorda. He enjoyed the generous bribes and would like to see more. In exchange for the riches requested, he promises that an arrow will creep into the Administratum's calculation that all provisions from the agri-world of Mercus Alpha will be shipped to Dragonis instead of the Navy's orbital fortress of Dragonis II. Feels like a pretty shitty thing to do.
I always have a backup plan.
I'm restless.
Oh yeah? Rest on this day. No.
I'll make an example out of you.
Okay, so that didn't work. Unfortunate. Let's hit you with this. I also fucked up, didn't move them properly. Should be fine though, these guys are all very close quarters. Even those turrets have multi-meltas, so while they hit hard, they're not gonna be super effective at long range, I hope. Yeah, see. They can't do nothing at this range. We can just chill at a safe distance. And obliterate these servitors.
I will not.
Yes, you will. Back away, you do not have the armor piercing to deal with them.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Okay, here comes Servitor. That's a heavy bolter on that guy's arm. Who did he shoot? Pascal. He shot Pascal. The bastards.
I should have thought twice before crossing me.
Okay. So we'll have to use the hammer, because these guys have a lot of armor. Nice. He's not gonna die, he's only gonna take 13 damage. Okay. Do this. Nice. Who's somebody that could use an extra turn? Right now, nobody actually. But I will give Esteban a little boost.
Let's see to it. More trouble than it's
No line of
worth.
sight. Let's give you line of sight then.
Throne's glory.
This also clears that injury. Okay.
I can do that with the right incentive.
You've got a problem? I've got a problem.
Okay, that's good damage on all of these guys. Okay, can Pascal kill this guy? No. Not, at least not with that, but he can kill him like this. Okay. I'm gonna drink some more water. Strange. Yo, how's it going, Nox? We are hunting Genestealers and sipping water. Let's do this.
As the Emperor
Then
commands,
this.
I act.
Set him on fire. Good job, Argenta. That's why you're my favorite. And then back away. Yeah, just whack him. Whack his PP. Okay, let's do this. Recovers all of our stuff. Doing okay, just racking my brain over all the Twitter shit. What happened with the Twitter stuff? Just the blocking stuff and the AI stuff? Or anything new? Do it again. Okay. Seriously, she doesn't have a line of sight to him?
Do not dare ask.
Maybe I can move Jay into position so she can help. Because, like, I'll be honest, regarding the Twitter thing, right? As bad as it is, and I do think it's a bad thing, I cannot see it having a... Oh no. I cannot see it having a real long-lasting effect on the actual user base of Twitter. Get poisoned, fucking demon bitch. Blocking an ABS, like, how could they fuck this up this badly? Yeah, here's the thing. Think about it from the perspective of the average user, right? Are most people going to care that now the people you blocked can see what you're doing, right? Realistically, no. People are going to look at it and go, okay, Do I have to see it? No. Can they interact with me? No. Okay. Then I don't care. And that's going to be how most people see it, right? Good or bad? Not making a statement regarding that, just saying what I'm expecting will be the general audience's response to it. Now, a lot of the people who are very vocal on Twitter really hate Elon Musk. And they will blow everything he does out of proportion, obviously, because they hate him. Because of course they do. You know, there's all sorts of arguments about that. Not what I'm discussing. But it just comes down, made a blue skate just in case, though. Yeah, I doubt that that's gonna like ever turn into a real thing. Because here's the thing, right? It's kind of the same thing as Kick, but in reverse. Instead of it being all about the people who are no longer wanted on Twitter, yeah, backups are always nice. But I doubt that Bluesky will ever matter, like, realistically. Because it's the same thing as Kick. Except while in Kick it's everybody who is no longer wanted on Twitch goes to Kick, it's the people who don't like Twitter but want to be on Twitter go to Bluesky. And I can't imagine that being a working business model. Why the fuck do I keep fucking...
Me? Never in 1,000 sectors.
Maybe I can move you into a good position so that you can give him the thing. Yes. Alright. Yeah. I doubt Bluesky will ever be in a position where people are like, yes, we're using... Everybody's on Bluesky. I doubt it. I do think, though, Elon Musk has fucked up a lot of the Twitter stuff. Like, changing the name to X is so stupid. Such a stupid idea. Whoever told him that was, yeah, you should do that, like, my guy, you've been lied to. Never listen to that person again. I'm gonna use it only if it becomes applicable. Yeah. But that's it. But that's just it, right? Everybody is gonna think that way. Everybody's gonna go, I'll use it if it becomes big. And so nobody's ever gonna use it. Right? Because if everybody's just thinking, I'll use it if, I'll use it if, I'll use it if, it's never gonna. I thought he renamed it X as it's like, yeah, it was probably just some stupid shit. Somebody told him it was a dumb idea and he said, you wanna bet? And then proved them right. Let's do this. This will clear all of our temp HP and turn it into damage, which we'll then use to destroy this thing. I actually should use this for a little bit of extra oomph behind my you know? God damn. Dodging a Melt-a-Blast on that short of a notice? Impressive. Well, yeah. I hope that we have a means of communication, right? And I will say, the major change that Musk did to Twitter, the major one, was allowing everybody to speak. Everybody gets a say on Twitter now. Was not the case before. If you were on Twitter and you didn't agree with the most left-leaning opinion, you were almost certainly going to be ostracized by the community and by the moderation team, which was a problem. Man, I don't know why the fuck my nose has been so itchy the past few days. I swear, I haven't been on the cocaine anymore.
Guided by faith.
But when you do that, you radicalize the other side, and that's a very bad thing. And we see the results of it now. Like, I mean, Hassan was just talking about it on an interview the other day.
Oh, shit.
Hey, in effect, welcome. We were talking about Twitter while, you know, blowing up demons and stuff. But as I was saying, he was talking about how so many young men are kind of radicalized the other way now, and it's a really bad thing. You shouldn't be radicalized. Being radicalized is an awful fucking thing. One way or the other. I mean, 40K is like peak why radicalization in general is just a bad thing. And Twitter being so far to the left was part of the reason why that happened. Twitter, YouTube, all of these big platforms were so against any right-wing thing, whether it be like a bad right-wing thing or a good right-wing thing. Like it got to the point where you couldn't even say that you thought it was a good thing for both parents to be in the household without getting called slurs, right? If you get to that point, you need to stop and probably take several steps back. But that's the point where we were at a couple of years ago before Musk took over Twitter. And now the pendulum is swinging the exact opposite direction. Also a bad thing, but it was a natural thing that was going to happen, and it will calm itself down. I have it because it's more or less a requirement these days for work, but it has zero posts of any kind. Yeah. For a long time, like before I was on the streamer grind set, I also pretty much didn't use Twitter, Instagram, or anything. I've been using it more and more. You know, because I want to make this my living, and that's just a thing that you gotta do. Do I have Power Weapon Expert? Power Weapon Expert. Extra 10% of that. Yeah, I think we should start leaning into these, because like the Executioner tree things, like, I don't know, they don't strike me as that useful. Sweep ability of an axe and the shove ability. Why don't I have that already? The fuck? Yeah, make my AoE only cost one AP. Yep. Increase crit rating by an insane amount. Don't mind me. Thank you for that. Makes all resistance X with their willpower if it is higher than the base. Yup. But yeah. I definitely think that that Musk changing the block rule, it's like, it's a weird thing, but realistically, you're not changing anything, because pretty much everybody knew that you could just open Twitter on an alt account and see the post, right? Like everybody has an alt account on Twitter that they just don't don't post on at all, and exists solely for looking at posts from people that that blocked you off. You have to have like 2,000 subs to make a living. That's just not true. Like, I'll be honest, I made $200 in the past 2 weeks with a sponsorship. That's enough money to keep me alive for 2 months. Like, if I make $100 a month, I'm set. And like at that point, yeah. I don't live in America. My shit is cheap. Also, yeah, the AI thing is very shitty of them, but realistically, everybody's doing it. If you talk to literally anybody who's in the know regarding major corporations and how they're doing stuff, everybody's doing that shit. It's really shitty of them, but they're all doing it. So it's like, what can anyone do? Like, you're gonna leave one to go to another, and they're doing the same thing, so. And I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's not. I think using AI to remove the necessity for artists is the absolute worst thing you could do with it. Genuinely. Worst thing. But still, they're not going to stop. There's money to be made in it. I should give Heinrich's fire. Maybe if I ever end up respecking him, I'll respec him with pyromancy, as well as biomancy, and then have him deal poison, fire, and bleed with execution, and see how strong that is. Because like, just looking at it theoretically, it looks fucking strong, right? But I don't know for sure. We have a really high profit factor for this stage in the game. Yep, let's give him the transuranium elements. And we got some melee weaponry. Cool. Neither do I, but I still is against the human experience. Removes any creativity out of art. The soul of art is lost, so I don't like it. Goes against everything I stand for. Exactly. But still, making less than at least 550k a year is miserable in the current, even outside of America. Like a vacation alone is 10 grand for the two, and that's assuming you only do it once a year. Where are you taking your vacations? Like the last time I went on vacation, like we went to Porto. Like every day, we had lunch and dinner out, went shopping, went visiting places, and we went, and that was like 400 bucks, 400 euros. Was Thailand? Thailand? Of course, that's gonna cost you a ton. You're flying outside of the country. Of course, that's gonna cost a bunch more. That is a different statement than even vacation. Like all vacations are going to be expensive if you consider a vacation flying out of the country. Like you can have a very nice life without needing 50k a year. There's people who survive very nicely on 10k a year. And to be fair, I have my own apartment. Most of my expenses are paid for off of my savings that I have from just, you know, working my dick off before starting this. So it's like, I did my due diligence before I started down this route. Basically, is what I'm saying. So I'm able to be in a position where I can follow this passion of mine. And I'm incredibly thankful for everything that ever gave me the opportunity to do this. Alright, let's look at this. Amount is doubled against kinetic. Okay. 95, doubled against blast. Okay. 120 points for each sector. Okay. Alright, let's see this. Just a little bit of extra speed. It's not bad. Take that. Negating 5 points of damage on each side. Negating 9 points of damage on the 4 and 5 points on all other sides. Okay. Taking that. What's this? Allow flak shots to be fired from kinetic macro cannons. Okay. Increase the flagship's hull integrity by +10. Ooh, an extra 10 HP. Really? That's the sacrifice you want me to think is important? Please. Get out of my face. Be it. Medium range lance weapon dealing 60 to 70 damage to chosen enemy within a wide firing arc. Wide firing arc? What does that mean? But 60 to 70, medium range. So 4 shots, 14 damage, that's 28 times 2, that's 56 versus 60, 70. Yeah, those are just stronger torpedoes. It's 5 torpedoes instead of just 4. Torpedo tubes capable of firing 4 short burning. What's the difference between short burning and regular torpedoes? Just be that they have less fuel? Maybe they're faster. Plasma batteries. Yeah, I'll take. Actually, do I want long range? Let's give long range a try. Actually. Yeah. Wait, I don't. But then I won't be able to use that. So I won't sell it. I won't sell it. Let's put this on the prow. This I think I will sell though. I cannot work for several years as well. That doesn't mean it'll be sustainable. It's better than no money at all. Oh, I will bite my head off like a year in it. True. I currently don't really have. Wait, let me scroll back a little bit to see. Well, yes, abominable intelligence can fuck my bottom. Yeah, that's gonna be cone shape, but I was more like wondering what the wideness of the arc is gonna be, right? So this is for pyromancy. It's basically just a flamer. Pretty strong one too, goddamn. Precise bolter, extra hit chance. I'd rather she have the heavy bolter. Okay, but my whole stance on that is like, yes, cost of living is high. It's not so high that I need 2,000 subs. Because like, think about it this way: does it not say how many spaces wide? No, it just says wide. But regarding like needing 2,000 subs, you're forgetting that you're gonna be getting money from viewership, so ads, money from donations, money from subs, and money from sponsorships. That's 4 things. Not to mention other sources of revenue if you're doing content creation full time. So like YouTube also brings in money. If you're doing TikTok, TikTok doesn't give you any money. What the fuck am I saying? Yeah, it's basically Twitch and YouTube and sponsorships and all that stuff. So like, you don't need 2,000 subs because like, if you have 2,000 subs, you're probably getting 70% of the money from those. So like, each of those subs is giving you $3.50. So if you have 2,000 subs, you're bringing in a month just from the subs. Ignoring everything else, you're bringing in $8,000. So like, if you're bringing in $8,000 a month and you're struggling, you need to work on your budget like a lot. That will allow for decent living. That will allow you to splurge every single day. That will allow you to live off of takeout if you're making 8,000 a month. Like, that is an insane amount of money. 8K is all right for most places. Where do you live? Where do you live that 8K is only all right? Like, I literally do not know a place where I would look at it and go, yeah, 8K is okay. It's like, 8K is like an insane amount of dollars. Like, if I was making Moscow, Jesus, Moscow is that expensive to live in? Even in the US, it's not that expensive. Seriously, if I was making 8K a month, here's what I could do here in Portugal, right? If I was making 8K a month, I could retire my parents, my sister's husband. I could provide for both of my parents, allow them to retire, provide for my sister, her husband, and their 2 kids and pets and all of the things that they like buy each month, as well as myself and my girlfriend. And we could have kids if we wanted to. So like 8K a month is so much money. And by the way, this is ignoring all other sources of revenue, right? If I'm making that much, if I've got that many subs on YouTube, I'm hiring an editor so I can be uploading shit on YouTube every single day, right? Like just hiring an editor for shorts, hiring an editor for YouTube, and give them like, I don't know, I think a fair amount would be like 60% of the revenue from their videos. So like there. Then donations, sponsorship. The amount of money that would be is like, goddamn. But if you want to dine at a decent place, it needs to be over $300, $500 per person. Where are you going out for lunch? Moscow, that is insane. How is it that expensive? How? How the fuck? How is Moscow that expensive to live in? 300, 500 a person. Like I look at stuff in the US where sometimes you'll get restaurant bills that are like fucking $100 and I'm like, wow, that is a lot of money. What you mean it's more in Moscow? What? Although to be fair, like you're living in a capital, in a place that is very centralized as far as like I don't know much about like Russian culture, but I'm aware that the cost of living is very high nearest to the capital. I just didn't expect it to be that fucking high. You practically need to be the 1% of the 1% to live there comfortably. Holy shit. Low-end jobs pay like 1,000 a month. They cannot afford to go to a fancy restaurant. Okay, but like counterpoint. If while I was working at Microsoft, I was making 1,000 a month. It was a mid-tier job, not high-end, not low-end, mid-tier, right? I could go to fancy restaurants and eat there comfortably, and it was like $30 a meal. Fancy restaurant. I'm not talking Michelin star restaurants, but even the Michelin star restaurants, like if I went and I had Gordon Ramsay personally jack off into my meal, that would still not run me over 200 euros. Here in Portugal, right? Insane. Insane that $300 to $500 for a fancy restaurant. That's crazy. That is crazy. Haven't spent more than 300 on anything. You're spending for a meal exactly like the hell, dude. That is an insane amount of money. I am going to respec Heinrichs. Yes. We're gonna respec him. And I'm gonna make him a pyromancer, if I can. You should be able to, right? You can unlock more of them. Okay, so the focus for him is going to be on psychic stuff. So Blade of Light, boost his force weapons, and willpower. Okay, here it is, right? Telepathy, pyromancy. Unlock pyromancy, and lore, warp. Willpower. We'll focus willpower and weapon skill. Psyker Majoris. That's Minoris, actually. Warp. Yes. Yeah. Can't say I do it often, that's kind of how it is. A place in my area costs somewhere between... Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. By the way, when you say 300 to 600K, do you mean like a really nice big house, or do you mean an apartment? Also, yeah, like 300 to $500 is what I spend on an entire vacation. So that's why I was like blown away when you said like you spend 10K on a trip, and then you said it was to Thailand, and then it made sense. But like, god damn, this is based on resolve, weapon skill. Just an apartment around 90 square meters. Hold on a second. Let me do some math here. So, one second. That's about 1, 2, 3. Probably about 4, 5 meters here, right? 4.5, let's say. Say 1, 2, and then that's 3 of these rooms. So 4.5, 9, 13.5. We'll round it up to 14. We'll round it down to 13, actually. And then, so about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the bathroom, which is about half of this, so 9, and then another one exactly like this, which is another 6. So it's okay. So let's say this is an apartment that's 15 by 15. This is a 225 square meter apartment, 2 bedrooms, a big living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, big ass closet in the hallway. This was, granted, this was bought below market value. This was 40K, 40,000 euros. The average price would have been like 60 to 80K. But like, for an apartment smaller than mine, you're paying up to almost 10 times more. God damn. Prices are not, the economy is not okay in Russia. So let's grab Shield of the Emperor. Edge of Dawn. Enemies adjacent to the Psyker suffer 10% more damage. Actually, no. I want to see about these ones. Jesus. The economy needs to crash. What the fuck? I think it is crashing. That's the thing. Okay, let's see about this. I think there's one here that causes it to burn enemies on hit. When the Psyker is burning, the Psyker's Siren is increased by +1. The Psyker's resolved increases damage from fire no longer reduces the Psyker's momentum. Fire within. Kills or scores a critical hit against 8 creatures in one combat. The Psyker's next attack will cost 0 AP, will not count towards the attack limit per turn. That's not bad. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Psychic power used by the Psyker deals damage. A random from the initial target suffers half of this damage. Damage does not trigger this talent. I thought there'd be something here to set them on fire. I guess we'll just have to rely on the regular burning from Dogmatic. Corpus Conversion. Let's go Sanguine Siphon. Which, if he takes lethal damage, he'll just heal. It's pretty nice. Let's go Strength. So we've got Willpower, Weapon Skill, and Strength. Housing price and income don't really match, especially in nice areas, since people from all across Russia want to buy one. Yeah. Back to banking rocks together in a barter system, like, bruh, money sucked. Honestly, the barter system was worse. The barter system was significantly worse. And yes, I'm going to make you an executioner. Hammer of the Emperor. The barter system was significantly worse, though. Don't get tripped up on that regard, because like think about it this way: do you really want to have to rely on somebody else's idea of what your thing is worth rather than have a generalized currency that everybody has to abide by? Gold-backed currency was way more sensible to me personally. Yeah, gold-backed currency was the best we had. Unfortunately, the problem with the problem with gold-backed currency is that you can't suddenly just invent more money, which means governments can't control the value, which fucks things up for them specifically. Not for everybody else, but for them it messes their things up. Pyromancy is actually really, really strong. It just doesn't have the specific thing that I thought it did, which is what tripped me up a bit. And I think I'll make my guy like a vanguard. Make him full tank mode. Have him be the executioner of the party. Psychers allies of the psychic themselves run the effect of psychic power to gain +5 toughness for each such effect. That's insanely strong. So I don't want anything else from here. I've got Shield the Emperor and Hammer of the Emperor. That's plenty fine for me. Invigorate is nice to have. It's not like mandatory, but it's nice to have a thing that just heals in combat. Whenever the Psyker is healed or heals any ally, it is already fully grants temp HP. I'd rather give you a flock of goats for 490 than give you my imaginary dilly dollars. Get a 77x 100 XT. It can run anything modern at a fraction of the cost. I don't know what I have, actually. I always have to check. I always forget. Actually, no. He doesn't deal damage with his psychic powers. Yeah, increases psi rating if he's burning. That's goated. Willpower is maxed, so we go weapon skill. This is good. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else here? Psyker Terminus. +1 to psi rating. Okay. So with everything put together, what happened to your items? Did I give them to you? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, you can keep this shit. Staff of Endless Flame. If you ever need some good old AoE, you can just fucking whoosh them. This thing doesn't count as a force weapon, does it? No, it's a staff. This is a force weapon though, so it does get the benefits of Blade of Light. Yeah, +60. The fucking damage this guy's gonna deal. Okay, now let's revamp this guy into a sworn protector of the meek, a vanguard. Yes. No, that's not what I wanted. Yes. So okay. Reset. What? Oh my god, I was so scared. I was so scared, dude. I was so scared. I thought I was set back to level 1. I was panicking for a second. Like, oh, god fucking damn, that scared the fuck out of me. Making fat dough on AI chips. They don't care about GPU markets, so they inflate the price. Plus, COVID scalping showed them that people are willing to pay several grand for a GPU. Yeah, I've heard that Nvidia is kind of scalping stuff up thanks to the AI chip stuff. Yeah. Only time I'm actually gonna play Rogue Trader is once it's actually complete in several years. I mean, the game is complete, I would say. I would say that the game is complete. Okay, so we are gonna want to stack up on stuff that makes me tough and makes me hit really, really freaking hard. That also allows me to be the guy in melee. Charge and push increase the damage of ranged attacks made against the enemy. No enemies adjacent to the warrior at the start of the turn. The warrior's damage is increased by +10 for one attack. That's really nice. Easy target. Crit damage increased by 10% against enemies not armed with a melee weapon. That's funny. Let's do this one. Oh wait, no, there's the other one. Yeah, thick skin. +1 damage deflection and increase my parry by 25% of my armor. Okay, so we're gonna want to stack. First, stack weapon skill so we hit things. Reckless strike mandatory. Carouse maxed out. Weapon skill mandatory. Okay, so this is I think we're gonna get. This is good. -3 damage from fire, toxic, and damage, but actually, is it that good? I have such high deflection. I had a later axe fall off. Not in my opinion. I didn't think so. %50 critical against targets with a bleeding effect. Yeah, we cause plenty of bleeding with other sources, so that's not a bad one. Let's go with tenacity for, you know, if somebody stuns, blinds, or immobilizes me, they instead heal me for 20% max health. Just fucking laugh at their face. Epicenter of Slaughter. Whenever I'm attacked, +1 stack of this, and then get toughness based on that. Meh. First attack made by every enemy, +3 damage reduction. Meh. Is this all based on toughness? And strength, right. I'm wondering if I'll want to stack toughness first and strength second, but I'm thinking strength second, because just the damage that we get from other stuff. Yep, extra damage for charge. I think I gave Heinrichs the wrong upgrade for this. It doesn't really matter. Yep, +3 damage for each enemy in the area of effect, especially if we're using a two-hander. Sworn enemy. It will not die. And by it, I mean me. And by it, let's just say, heh, me. I will not die. You can't make me. Defensive maneuvers, what's this? +11% dodge on taking damage. Considering I'm going to be wearing heavy armor, that's not good. If I have an attack this turn, extra armor, charge and slash don't affect this. That's not a bad move, actually. Hardened scars. The more I get hit, the tougher I become. Actually, wait a minute. There's the buffs for Relentless Strike and Charge. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior, I deal more damage to them the next time I hit them. Disarm, field medic, comes impetus. Reckless Fury. Guaranteed crit. Huge. Amazing. Insane. Ends when the war ends near the a little bit of extra. A little bit of extra is nice, but oh, interception is actually really strong. Might take that one. So we've got these two. Where else could I put a point into? I guess awareness. Awareness is nice because everybody can attempt those. Okay. Trusty weapon, extra crit chance with axes, hammers, and las weapons. Complete. And Vanguard. Actually, there's Vanguard. Real tough, right? But there's Arch Militant, which is just OP. But I think we'll leave Arch Militant for Argenta. I think she's a good Arch Militant. Executioner, it was nice, but it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Absorbs attacks, redirect attacks, defensive support, frontline leader. Yeah, we'll go with Vanguard. Try it out. Give it an honest shake, right? Because I always put it on Abelard, and then I just never take Abelard with me anywhere. So let's actually bring this one. Until the start of the next turn, Vanguard gains damage deflection against ranged attacks, equal to the number of stacks of Unyielding Beacon. Immune to push and forced movement effects. Okay, gains 10 plus twice the number of Unyielding Beacon stacks percent parry until their next turn. And on a parry, I immediately make an attack of opportunity. That's really strong. If I can get everybody to attack me, I could just sit there and just beat the shit out of everybody. So one thing I'm going to take is Melee Weapon Specialist. Get that AP reduction ASAP. Is there a Space Marines in this game, or is it good? Well, it is both of those things. There is one Space Marine, but the vast majority of companions are not Space Marines. There's two Space Marines, actually. One Space Marine and one Chaos Space Marine. You can recruit either one. So if you recruit first one, and then you can switch them for the other, if you want. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything here that I can turn my toughness into damage? Each stack of Unyielding Beacon. How much does this stack to? Each attack against me grants that. Each stack increases resolve by +1, up to +15, kind of crazy. Counterattack stance. Yeah, I'll take that. Weapon skill. Weapon skill. I don't like missing. I don't know if you could tell. Missing is dumb. Whenever an attack made by an ally hits the Vanguard for the first time in a round, that attack deals nothing. While maximum stacks, +7 resolve. Punish the Impudent. Once per round, whenever an enemy that considers the Vanguard priority target ends to Salvage instant, that enemy provokes an attack of opportunity. Center of Attention. For each enemy that considers me a priority target, again more armor. Defensive Comrade. Extra parry. Not enough for me to care, though. Yeah, just 4% extra armor is nothing. Critical hits deal less damage to the Vanguard. Sure. Take that one. Recruit Chaos Space Marine. What? What Legion? Word Bearers. Word Bearers. Yeah, let's take this one. How long does this last? Fight to the Vanguard. Now stack. Only remain stacked till the start of the Vanguard's turn. At the start of their turn, the remaining temporary temp wounds go away. Reduced to the largest amount, granted by 1 applied effect. If the remaining number of temporary wounds is less than the number of stacks of Unyielding Beacon, it becomes equal to the number of those stacks, even if the Vanguard has no temporary wounds at the start of their turn. So I just start my turn with temp HP every time. Crazy. Isn't that like ultra heretical though? Yes. That is if you decide to go heretic. You can also recruit a corn worshipper. Well, more so a guy who is tricked into becoming a corn worshipper, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's start grabbing up these ones. So, killing plan. Bonus damage increases. Last plan. Once per combat, if there's at least 1 stack, they do not die. Yep. Strength. At start of the turn, gain 1 of these. Yes, this game is peak. Like, if you really want a game that's just pure 40k flavor, it's this one. Sad there's no Night Lord representation, though. Yeah, but as you said, the game is peak, so it can't have Night Lords in it. Yeah, let's take unflinching, because then this means that I can just have Argenta mow shit down, even if I'm there. Yeah. You, though. You were holding some stuff. Oh, you made an enemy with that one, Mr. Man. Okay, I don't want to lose those. Weapon skill and strength is nice. What do you do with this? +5 bonus parry reduction. That's for iconoclasts. Where can move without provoking attacks of opportunity as long as they have less than 50% wounds. Using any medkit costs -1 AP. When the wearer hits an enemy in melee range, the wearer's nearest ally gains temp wounds. I like this one way more. Iconoclast. Deflection against humans. Deflection against area. Yeah, I'm thinking this is pretty good. Yeah, I don't have any guns that I'd want to use. All right. Okay, so this was a big change. We switched this guy to be a full, dedicated toughness frontliner. Like, his whole thing is just standing in front of people and getting punched in the mouth and laughing about it. And we now have a big hammer. Big stick. Let me look at this. So, yeah, this looks good. Defensive stance and Wall of Rockcrete. Let's put this here. If you see a degloved corpse come through your roof tomorrow, don't worry about it. I feel like you underestimate Portuguese construction. Like, our shit is made of rock. We don't have to rebuild every time there's a hurricane. Let's make this safe. Off to Dargonus, our capital. Let me see here. Getting pinged. Wait, there's an Adam Eve game? My dad was just telling me about the free games on Epic. Apparently there's an Adam Eve game, which kind of raises the question, who the fuck wants to play as Adam Eve? Like, no shade to the character, but like, come on, Invincible, man. He's right there. Let us play as him. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman on the line. I can report that the quest for the capital word of the Von Valancius dynasty is finally at an end. Dargonus is straight ahead. We've received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. The merchant captain's taking refuge in the orbital docks of Dargonus race to send you priceless welcoming gifts, hoping to buy your favor and to make an impression on the rogue trader. Tell Dargonus the rogue trader is coming home. It will be done, Lord Captain. Lord Captain, I will be pleased to accompany you during your visit to Dargonus so I can personally introduce Achilles Scalander, a servant of the Golden Throne who previously attended Lady Theodora on Dargonus. I am counting on your benevolence. Adeptus Mechanicus ship. Okay. I know what's there. I was like, what the fuck? Why is there an Adeptus Mechanicus ship? But yeah, I remember now. I know what's gonna happen. I'm sure Corp going from lower orbit would go through a stone house, also not from America. Fair. Fair. From lower orbit, though, I don't know. I think it would probably just kind of go against the ceiling, or any of the several floors between my apartment and the top of the house. It is also like a thing. I'm not on the top floor. Lord Captain. Oh, damn ads. You didn't see me say that I'm not on the top floor, and therefore would not get hit with the corpse, unless the corpse was able to just fucking plow through several other people's houses. Lord Captain, a transport shuttle bearing the markings of the Adeptus Mechanicus is approaching the ship. Magos Tarsus' delegation intends to board our ship and gain an audience with your lordship. This is exactly how they phrased it. He intends, not humbly requests. Many of my tech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with the laity. It is regrettable. What do they want? The honorable servants of the Omnissiah have ignored our requests. Such arrogance is hardly trivial. It rather appears to be part of their intimidation tactic. Receive the delegation. They may indeed be here on important business. And if they're not, well, we'll deal with them as appropriate. Requesting permission to be present at the audience granted to my tech comrades. Yep, you're obviously going to be there. You're part of my muscle. I didn't hear your response, goddammit. Okay, so like, the place is made of stone, right? First off. Second off, there's like 5 floors. I'm not at the top. I'm at the bottom. You're gonna have to go through the whole fucking apartment building to get to me. That shit ain't making it. I'm sorry to say. The most I'll hear is just... I'll be like, what? Huh. A group dressed in the crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks towards you. Their gazes are fixed on Pascal. You note that the group is not monolithic. Some of its members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast inquiring looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his tall frame. Despite the hood fitting his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, whom you encountered on Footfall. Gotta use multiple, bro's just gonna drop like 50 corpses. Thou shalt not suffer a heretic in thy forge, for rust begets rust. Pascal Hanuman, in the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest. Diplomacy mode engaged. Announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies for, would like to inform you of the necessity of conducting an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty unit of the Rogue Trader's territory. Pascal, do that thing you do. You identify the rare armor the enormous tech priest is wearing as Secutor's plated mechanized suit. Carries the imprints of many battles and has markings that announce its status as a relic. Some of the armor's damage looks fairly severe to the point of endangering its operation. Give the outside a nice shade of red. Bro's gonna repaint the building. Slivers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then, convulsions shake the tech priest's body, and a painful-sounding hiss comes from his vox. The tall tech priest who spoke to you looks more peaceful and makes a point of not drawing his weapon. There is an air of concern about the way he frequently glances over at his fellows, scrutinizing his condition. Who dares to arrive on my ship uninvited? Asking for trouble, are you, Cogs? Conflict of authority detected. Official message. The Adeptus Mechanicus are aware of, respect, recognize your right of ownership of this territory, and declare no intent to commit an act of aggression. You already have. This is an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty Adeptus Mechanicus unit, the fugitive falsely identifying itself as Pascal Hanuman. This heretic is accused of stealing personal identification codes, spreading tech heresy on the world of Alpha Gamma, and making an attempt on the life of a servant of the Omnissiah. The faulty unit will be removed. In the name of the Omnissiah, I condemn you. You are malfunctioning, tech comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable. The statement is false. Tech Brother Tarzus Hanuman is willingly undergoing holy torment deterioration, which, however, does not critically affect his cognitive capacity for data analysis. Unit calling itself Pascal Hanuman, we have information that implicates you. Having learned that you are a member of the retinue, a maintenance specialist in the service of rogue trader von Valancius, we have come here with the goal of meeting you, intercepting you, engaging you in combat. Does the big fellow have to roar? Negative. Upon completing his sanctification procedure, Tech Brother Tarzus modified his engrammatic augmetics algorithm in order never to desecrate, sully, tarnish his mouth-vox cognitive process with flesh speak. Mine is a pure and binary tongue that preserves only what is true and shuns scrap data. Are you saying this bloodthirsty Hulk is a saint? This statement is true. Brother Tarzus has the honor of wearing, authorization to wear, the sacred battle harness that belonged to Magus Militant Auspector Gracchus, one of the first champions of the faith, holy scouts, to join the cause of conquering the Coronis Expanse. After his death, the termination of his vital functions at the hands of Xenos, his damaged Goliath-class armor was preserved and given the status of a relic. Okay. The Adeptus Mechanicus regard this act as voluntary martyrdom, self-destruction, for the glory of the Deus Mechanicus. This battle harness is classified as Cogni armor. The machine spirit living in it is strong and wise, but it took major damage in the course of Magus Gracchus's last battle. Besides sacred litanies and imperatives of service to the Omnissiah, the armor broadcasts a continuous signal of suffering and agony into Tech Brother Tarzus' mind. What is happening on Kavagama? That planet belongs to me. Rip the armor off him, with or without his consent. We intend to. If he really wants to arrest Pascal, it's gonna turn into a fight, and I'm gonna win that fight. It's not gonna be close. According to Vox interception data, the planet's fabricator sensor made incorrect, blasphemous modifications to Manufactorum working procedures, which qualifies as a lapse into sacrilege. The Adeptus Mechanicus are hereby officially notifying House von Valancius of having commenced an investigation into operation to remove fabricator sensor Cubus Delphim. Estimated time to procedure completion, 3.7 solar years. Our data suggests that the unit which used Magos Explorator Hanuman's identification code performed an unauthorized upgrade on the planetary Vox array and introduced data deemed to be scrap code into its operation. This fact points to this unit's criminal complicity with the heretic Cubus Delphim. What do you have to say to this, Pascal? Replies firmly, his vox crackling with a hint of indignation. I deny these charges. I never plotted against my tech comrade. My cognitive purity vows were never distorted. My unique identification code was never stolen. I am the true Magos Explorator Hanuman, and I am not guilty. False witness! Do you have proof that this tech priest is who he claims to be? Confirmed. According to the archive entry 1E99237, Magos Explorator Tarzus Hanuman served on, maintained the ship, identifier classified, in the capacity of a reliquary caretaker. He sustained extensive damage to both the organic and sacred part of his body in a series of sacrilegious breaches of the right of operation, an assassination attempt. Owing to a statistically fortunate coincidence, by the Omnissiah's grace, enough of his operational capacity was preserved for him to don a Goliath model sacred battle harness, which would preserve his vital functionality. Archive entry personally data sealed by the captain of the identifier classified. For vengeance I thirst, as I tread the path of vengeance, following a blasphemous miscreant's bloody tracks. Analysis of the security system showed that the assassin's heretics infiltrated the reliquary using Tech Brother Tarsus's unique identification code. Someone had stolen, duplicated Brother Tarsus's identity, which is a grade 3 transgression, and the unit making the allegedly criminal claim of being Pascal Hanuman is known to have previously entered the stolen code. I'm not handing Pascal over to you unless I see evidence. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. Tarsus gives you a haughty look and lets out a howl of wrath. Bro went. Archiving. Tech Brother Tarsus opposes lay participation in the investigation. Search for truth. The unit Opticon 22 advises in favor of the House von Valancius's representatives' participation request. I insist on a joint investigation. Arresting a rogue trader's retinue member without any justification stands in breach of the law and my privileges under the warrant of trade. Angry little man. He's not that little, that's the problem. He's a big boy. Good thing I have a thunder hammer, which is meant for killing big boys. Request for cooperation reviewed and accepted. I request Tech Brother Tarsus' consent to the co-participation of representatives of the von Valancius dynasty in the investigation proceedings. A sacrilegious conspiracy! I refuse help from laypersons. I am a cog of the Deus Mechanicus that grinds down corruption, and I will carry out the sentence immediately. Shut your bitch ass up! Little meant to me, lol. Fair. But you are an overgrown motherfucker. Let the cycle be discontinued. Attention. Priority notification. Service units of the Kappa Thread supply line are unauthorized to confront the rogue trader. Command. Retreat and reinitiate negotiations. Bro said, oi, if you're with me, get the fuck out of here. We are not fighting this guy. Heretic Pascal, I will wreak punishment upon you. 1 second. Upon you in the name of the Deus Mechanicus. Estimated probability of conflict inevitable. Initiating retreat, confrontation avoidance, redeployment protocol. Smart. Alright, so we're gonna put you over here. We're gonna put me right here. We're gonna put you right here. We're gonna put you right here. We're gonna put you right here. And we're gonna put Jay. Jay can stay here. Okay, so. Wow, this guy isn't even that tough. I am kind of regretting going with this guy though. Feeling like I should have gone with a different one. Though this is so useful to have. Like, you just put this down and then you focus on everything else. It's just like a passive thing. You don't even worry about it. So it's not like it's bad, right? Okay, so let's organize this a little bit. Okay, so Word of the Emperor, Shield of the Emperor, Hammer of the Emperor, Fire, increase tankiness, move you over here. Okay.
I'll see to it personally.
Put it on him. Whack his pee-pee. I'm hitting way harder all of a sudden, which I approve of. It's because I focused entirely on strength instead of other stuff. Why is this still 2 actions? Hold on. Did I misread melee weapon specialist? Oh, it's the sweep of the axe and the shove of the hammer. My bad. Oh, bonk! And now we tank. Come on. Hit me. Hit me with your best shot. Do, do, do. Have you guys heard the better version of that? Overgrown me. Motherfucker, have you seen you? Yes, overgrown. You're huge. Bro, stop trying to fucking swing at me. Oh, he's swinging at everybody. Bro think he's Karn. Missed. Meh. So, how many stacks of unyielding? 6 already. Even though they didn't hit. So, she's gonna go over here. Double up on the amount of shooting she's gonna do. And mow some bitches down. And now this should be maxed out. It wasn't, only counted as 1. Okay. We gotta test this stuff. We gotta know how it works. Fire.
I'll do it.
Okay. Boost his stuff. But I did notice that it only lowered his temp wounds, didn't actually, like, take out his actual health. Bonk.
Your end was inevitable.
Oh, you poor fucker. Got fucking annihilated.
I won't stand for it.
Okay, it didn't work. He actually needs to go flying for it to work. You're dead. Boop. Lies and slander. Have you seen you? You're huge. Requesting cessation of hostilities. Help your brother. Pascal, what did you do to Tarsus? Unable to fulfill request, the Omnissiah granted me an epiphany, and I muted the maimed machine spirit that was filling Tarsus's mind with fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. The situation perfectly mirrors the incident on Rykad Minoris, where I appealed to the machine spirit of a malfunctioning mechanism and laid it to rest. Help your brother. The unit that called itself Tarsus Hanuman is dead, has been disabled. This material asset is beyond restoration or reuse as spare parts. After a pause, Pascal bows his head and Binaric Requiem pours out of his vox. Despite his misconceptions, he was a servant of the Omnissiah. I'm sorry that you had to kill a comrade. I also regret have a negative assessment of this event. Maybe a little big. A little. Bro is confused for a Terminator outside of power armor. A little big. The Adeptus Mechanicus still accused the unit identifying itself as Pascal Hanuman of criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tarsus, I am not authorized to immediately execute the unit, but neither am I authorized to drop the inquiry. There are no apostates among us. Tech Brother Tarsus and the Machine Spirit. I keep flipping back and forth between different Tech Priest voices. The Tech Brother Tarsus and the Machine Spirit that lived in his battle harness succumbed to the suffering that beset them. Their judgment was rash and erroneous. Now their torment is over. I declare them martyrs and am requisitioning Tarsus Hanuman's neurologmetic for the purposes of preserving his blessed memory. Astonished tech priest look on. Pascal leans over the slain man's body and extracts the augmetic from his skull. His movements are as precise as they are respectful. Pascal? What is bro waffling about? Imperious gesture stopping you from continuing. With each word, Pascal's voice grows more powerful and majestic. You saw the agony of tech brother Tarsus was in. His unbridled, pain-spurred faith intimidated you, yet you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voice to proclaim that the machine spirit with which his mind had merged was morbidly afflicted. The imperative of reverence had paralyzed your will, and you watched a tragedy unfold in silence. The sixth universal law states that comprehension is the true path of knowledge, yet the procedural cycle has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let the cycle be discontinued. There's a clang as Opticon 22's knee presses into the floor. Crimson-hooded heads bow. Let the cycle be discontinued. Let the cycle be discontinued, tech comrades. Hey, Pascal, one small question. What? I wear double XL just to fit my shoulders doesn't mean anything. I decided to sustain my words with an excerpt from one of the Blessed Ammonites' sermons on loss of internal and external function, verse 4. My analysis deemed it appropriate. What's the reason for this act of genuflection? It has been a long time since the words of the Messiah of discontinuing were last spoken openly over public communication bans. We respectfully welcome wisdom's return. I'm going to close my window and turn on my light. So he is not forgotten after all. Messiah of discontinuing, is that how you refer to Amarnath? Following Archmagos Amarnath's partial laicization, removal from the chain of command, that was the authorship attribution on a series of sermons on discontinuing the cycle that were disseminated across the Cognizance fleet. It was, in fact, a title used by many in times past. Is Amarnath's teaching not heretical? This statement is false. Contrary to what many servants of the Omnissiah thought they knew, preferred to believe, the fleet's Supreme Conclave never issued an official statement on that decision. 37% of the Supreme Conclave's members openly supported Archmagos Amarnath's views and were removed from the chain of command under circumstances that were classified. The Supreme Conclave has not had a quorum ever since. Alright, goodbye my flesh fellow. You got a date? Nice. Is it a hot date? And by a hot date, I mean like you think it's gonna go forward, or is it a first date? Do you know where Amarnath is now? Data unavailable. No reports have mentioned Archmagos Amarnath since the incident on the Arch Mechanicus Hermetico, which led to the presumed disappearance of that void ship. My archive has no data on the Hermetico incident. The vessel was the Blessed Amarnath's base of operations. Is it lost, then? Were you among his followers? Negative. I had no contact with Archmagos Amarnath and was never a member of his flock disciples' retinue. However, my analysis of the doctrine he outlined inspired in me deep respect for, trust in him. I presume the conflict between you and Pascal has been resolved. The data received provides a basis for calling the fallen tech brother Tarsus' hypothesis into question. Out of respect for, due to lack of authorization to indict, the followers of the Messiah of discontinuing, we will not proceed with the detainment, arrest, termination. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Thank you, Tech Brother Opticon 22. Now the conflict has been resolved, you may remain aboard my ship. Request denied. The Kappa Threat supply line delegation is leaving Dargonus, expresses gratitude for the hospitality, ceasefire, and proclaims its intent to return to Footfall to resume performing its regular functions. Pascal's Mech briefly touches the shoulder of Opticon 22, who bows respectfully. Bro touched him with his mecha dildo. Another Omniscion axe, which is just weaker than the Sea Delphin pattern Omniscion axe. power sword. I like my thunder hammer more. I can't imagine why though. Can't imagine why I would like a thunder hammer more than the sword. It's almost like I like big weapons. Big weapon. Big weapon. I wish you could like change these so I could put this on number 1. I'm stupid as fuck. I forgot to give myself heavy armor proficiency. I am a dumb bee. Alright. So let's grab thick skin, mandatory. Crowd kill, really good. Weapon skill. Reckless strike, carouse, weapon skill. Heavy armor. Athletics. So contempt is meh. Meh. Actually, wait. A small amount of damage like this, that is practically guaranteed to always be there, is actually pretty nice. Because I want to be getting attacked. Because this is attacks, not damages. Strength. Sworn enemy. Because my stuff actually scales with strength, my damage. So I'd rather have strength there. So I thought this was boosting the AoE, but it isn't. It's just boosting the sweep, which is the bleed, and shove, which is the shove. We'll get power armor later. No point getting it now. We'll get this though. Okay. 3 damage deflection against 1 attack, meh. 1 attack each turn, right? Doesn't really feel like it's gonna be that great. Reckless Fury, guaranteed crits are very good. Let's actually grab Open Engagement. It's much more meaningful. If I can start my turn without any enemies adjacent to me, it's a plus 12 damage, so that's way bigger than a plus 3 damage. Okay, so I've got heavy armor and this. Okay, good. Dueling Master is nice, and so is Combat Master. But I also do want these other things. Complete, Vanguard, Defensive Stance, Lifetime of Scars and Tenacity are both important to grab. Let me see this again. Each stack increases armor and parry by 1%, so that's pretty nice. The more I get hit, the harder I am to damage. So, weapon skill. That's where we start every time. And then we go strength, and then we go toughness. At the start of the Vanguard's turn, before their temporary wounds are lost, the Vanguard gains number of temporary wounds strength for 1 round. Of the warrior damage feats, Desolation is pretty much the only one that matters since it's reasonably consistent. Yeah, but it's such a small amount. Like most of the things that I fight, like, are dead by the end of by the end of my turn, and my warrior tends to not start turn surrounded. Without Dex, that one doesn't matter either. Yeah. I mostly just get the stuff that increases crits and makes him tougher, because the active abilities seem to be the thing that gives me the most damage. Of endurance and yielding result. Where is the thing, right? Taunting defense? No, where was it? Counterattack stance. Yeah, this is actually pretty nice. I go into defensive stance if I think I'm gonna be surrounded, and then every time somebody takes a swing at me, they get benched back. Flat damage scales like crazy with it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. It's kind of why I went for the other one. Because especially against most enemies, it doesn't really matter, right? But against those big dudes, then it's gonna matter, right? And against those big dudes, I'm almost never gonna start the turn next to them. Because they're gonna push me away, or they're gonna walk away, or do some other stuff, right? So having that that big chunk of extra damage seems a lot more meaningful to me. Vanguard defensive stance is kind of garbage, not gonna lie. Defensive stance? What do you mean? There's plenty of times where I have my Vanguard surrounded by a bunch of melee enemies. And with the extra parry and stuff, and being able to hit them back. When I have something range, like 90% of the kit just does nothing. I mean, yeah, but if something is ranged, that's what I have the rest of the people for. Plus, if something is ranged, this guy just closes the distance and beats the shit out of them anyway, so it's like, not that dangerous, right? Although, Bulwark... That's actually a good point. Let's have defensive stance for melee enemies and bulwark for ranged enemies. Get a ton of deflection against ranged attacks. That is a very good point, actually. I don't think there's anything else I want from here. Full cover for their eyes. That's actually pretty good. I'll take that. Oh, actually, no, I shouldn't be taking this. I should be focusing on these. So, Killing Plan. Contingency, and Last Plan. That was weird. Let me see, is there anything here that I want? Combat Master, no melee superiority bonus. Plus 10 weapon skill bonus for each individual ally. I never really find enemies making use of this, so I don't know if this is that great, but a little bit of extra parrying is nice. And... I mean, when the counterpart being Sin and Militant, both of which can just simply kill several, if not all, enemies around, the Vanguard is literally nothing. You're kind of right, yeah. I'm mostly just... I want to give Vanguard a try. If I find that it's not doing much, I'll just go back to Arch-Militant. Because I kind of switched Heinrichs to my Executioner. So if I find that being a Vanguard isn't that useful, you know. But I do like having my frontliner be, my main guy be just a tank who makes other people tankier. Not to mention, it's not like I'm struggling to deal damage, right? Almost all of my extra attacks come from my warrior things, and I don't feel like I'm falling short of the damage that I was dealing when I was playing as a melee Arch-Militant. Plus, I already have an Arch-Militant, right? So having somebody who can take the heat off for her is really nice. Henrix is nice as a full psyker. As a melee, I just hate him. Yeah, I have him as a support melee psyker. Made him a pyromancer, so he can also apply fire, and then he just runs up. He casts all his buffs, and then runs up and cooks somebody with fire, poison, and fire toxin, and bleed. Sure, let's go to the Administratum with Jay Hadari. I mean, just go on Scion, abandon all things melee. I pretty much exclusively gave him psychic buffs. Like, I focused entirely on his psychic growth, but like, you know, Warrior Old works wonders for Pyro. Yeah. But like, I leveled him up almost exclusively towards Psyker. Like, if you see here, all of these are from Psyker. Except for... What's this from? I think he starts with that one. Because I don't remember giving him that one. Yeah, he starts with this one. But yeah, like, I gave him... This was the first thing I gave him, and it was just like, all of this is for Psyker stuff. See? I just leveled up his Psyker stuff, with attention to making him good in melee as well. See? All this is Psyker stuff. Pretty much exclusively leveled him as a Psyker. I think I got one archetype feat from Executioner. Was it Carnival of Misery? Yeah, to double all of the damage over time I deal. So like, all of it gets doubled in damage, and then he can use his Executioner stuff to just triple proc the dots and just immediately delete somebody. Alright, we gotta talk to the Master of Seals. Another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All you highborn ever want is just to ask. What about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? What? So I paid off a few clerks and to let us skip the queue, Shireen. Your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Very well, don't just stand there, you're here now. Or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? Begin entry. Current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st millennium. My companion wishes to obtain a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. I take it you are her sponsor? In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template number 40401, as well as written permission for the proceedings and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Haydari. Mistress Haydari, the form for collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, the certificate of an official trade representative. Seals? What seals? Doesn't really work for him. You kind of just ignite in wildfire, so there are no actions for melee left or firestorm or whatever the AoE pyro thing is called. It's firestorm. Wildfire is the arch-militant thing. You forget, I have 2 people in the party that can give extra turns, and you can only have 1 extra turn per turn. So it's like one goes to either the melee or the arch-militant. The other goes to him. Depends on who. Actually, no. One almost always goes to Argenta. She's our arch-militant. The other either goes to him or to me, depending on who is closest to the fight. There's no way of getting around these formalities. Whatever. Just complete the application form. Give me a second. I'm getting pinged. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but for the first few minutes, the obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments, you're forced to write out the same details over and over about you, the Protectorate, Theodore von Valancius, Jay, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. 1 hour passes. Master Seals nods in approval and stows the scroll into a tube labeled with your name. Next is a consent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Written consent on the presented form. 1 hour. Protocol executed. Application received. Processed. Approved. Come on, esteemed Tamar. What's that you were saying about seals? Here is your document, Mistress Haydari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercatum Tabula Officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. They're easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court Administratum Servitors have been handling such tasks for over 150 cycles. There's one such servitor here on Dargonis in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty-bound to keep the seal in the Telecus Epsilon system. Find administrator servitors and have them place 2 seals of approval. Alright. That's like 4 turns. Your turn plus the officer regular extra turn plus officer heroic action. Oh yeah, but wait, warrior heroic action isn't an actual extra turn. It's kind of an extra turn, but yeah. When I say 1 extra turn, I mean the officer regular extra turn. You can only use it. You can only receive it once per round. And yeah, best cast is 40-ish attack, so long as there are enemies available for slice. So it's like 20. Yeah, like you're getting 4 or 5. You're getting 5 something attacks per turn, unless you're like using a big melee weapon, so you can hit more than just 2 attacks, 2 people with those 2 actions. So you're actually making like 3 or 4 attacks. Yeah, you can make an insane amount of attacks per turn. But the thing with Heinrichs is that he can burst down 1 guy at insane speed. Because like, think about it this way. Throws the fire at the guy, right? Ignite. That puts the fire effect. After that, charges in, slices, applies the bleed and the poison. Right? So now he's got those 3 things. That was the permanent charge. And this is after he sets up all of his buffs and stuff, so like he's given himself extra strength, extra toughness, extra resolve, extra everything. And increase his own damage by an insane amount. Wait. I can actually show you here, right? So, 1 action here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 5. Oh, I didn't get the other one. Alright, never mind. So, 1 action here. 2, 3, 5. Ignite X8 instead. Ignite X8. Ignite 8 times. I don't think you can, that's the thing, because this counts as an attack. I mean, I guess if you use the thing, you can just ignite him a million times. But that's boring, right? Like I wanna stack up for like this big fucking meaty ass womp, you know? But like the theory that I'm going with is I throw this on somebody, which then puts warp burn, so that's 24 damage to the target, which is fire damage, right? Afterwards, I hit them with a melee attack, which puts down 18 toxic damage and 10 levels of bleeding. Right? This scales with psi rating, right? Which is insane as fuck. So do that, and then I activate this one where it hurts, which is going to trigger all of those 3 times. Allows to attack psi rating times on the first round. I don't think I have that yet. I have the Eyes of Joyous, which gives extra psi rating. But yeah, like I like him more than Adira, honestly. Like I am absolutely planning to sell out so many people to the Inquisition, since there's never a round 2. True. Like if you're strong enough, you don't get a round 2. There being a round 2 is usually a sign that you either messed up on round 1 or you were a little out of position or stuff like that. But yeah, it's a trinket. Where do you get it? What is it called actually? Like if you can tell me. That Rogue Trader Focus Crystal. Let me see here. Is it an amulet or a ring? It's a chain of crystals. There's the Mystic Ward, which gives +1 deflection equal to the wearer's psi rating to wearer's allies at start of combat. Whenever an ally suffers any damage or loses non-temporary, the effect is removed. That's not that good. Oh, is it the Psi Focus? Where it deals an additional 5 times psi rating warp damage with their melee attacks. That's crazy! Although it suffers a critical hit, their dodge and armor is reduced by 30% until end of combat. Ooh. Oh no, I'm gonna get critted. Informed by a cycle aware against immunity to horrors of the warp effect. Wait, that's the thing I'm wearing. Whoops. Thor is not wearing any armor at the start of combat to gain extra dodge. Star Mist Scarf. Where'd you get this one? Purchased from Fellowship of the Void. I don't remember this thing. That crazy psi melee thing is the one that adds damage by psi rating. Yeah, that's the psi focus. Which is, yeah, like as soon as I even sniff this, I'm getting it. It's purchased from the Drusians, so I'm definitely getting it because they like me a lot. I am Clementia Wersarian, Court Chancellor of the Von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all of Dargonus, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all, but as one star expires, another always flares to life. And, although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the Trade Dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. I forgot to bring, Abelard. Achilles Scalanda, Secretary at the Administratum Department. I hope your journey to Dargonus was not darkened by unwanted troubles. It was uneventful, thank you. Glad to hear it, Your Lordship. Called Hand of Offense. Is it an amulet or a ring? Is the question, right? Because, like, I can't see Hand of Offense under amulets, so it's probably a ring. Yeah, there it is. Whereas melee attack damage is increased by... What? 3x psi rating, so goddamn. Crazy side trinkets are Warp Surge, Brooch, and Beat of Might. Beat of Might. 8 or more AP at the start of their turn. They gain 30% damage for the rest of combat. That is actually pretty good. And Warp Surge Brooch. It's actually pretty good. I'd probably give this one and the other one, though. So it's, you know, Beat of Might. Where do you get this one? And Warp Surge Brooch. Okay, so this one is Komara, and the other is Vladim Tokara. Which is the Kazbalika. Okay. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds? Or perhaps we could sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Urban Drivestem has been notified of your arrival on Dargonus and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. What did you say your last name was, Clementia? You heard correctly, your lordship. I am of House Wersarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of their function within the mechanism. Why is the governor here with you to greet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drivestem's residence is on the other side of the world, by the Administratum Palace of Dargonus. We sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. You mean to tell me that it takes longer to go from one end of the planet to the other than it took me to enter the system, have a scuffle with the Mechanicus, land at the Administratum offices to take care of something for Jay, and then come here? That's what you're trying to convince me of? Chancellor Wersarian appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with the new rogue trader. That is not it, actually. That is one of those things that is not acceptable. I will proceed to step on his balls. I'd like to rest before the meeting. They are very close, just down the hall. That is also where the study and the audience chamber are. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you may need it. You're dismissed. I apologize for my bluntness, but I have requests to make. Perhaps, before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain could spare a few minutes for a conversation with me. I'm certain you'll find my report on the state of affairs in the Von Valancius Protectorate most useful. Okay. Let's long live the rogue trader. Or fucking smack himself on the fucking forehead. But yeah, like I am looking forward to like a lot of these combinations. What do you want? Welcome, your lordship. Let me inform you of the location of the chamber of your dynastic estate. The main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject Achilles Scalander informed me that he humbly awaits the opportunity to meet with you there. If your lordship wishes to rest after your long journey, then your personal chambers are up to the stairs and on the right. Up the stairs on the right. Point. If you need anything, whatever your soul desires, I'll be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. There's goods on the ground right here. Yoinketh. Alright, open the door. Glory to the great rogue trader. Long live the rogue trader. Ooh, boots. Breeze catcher boots. Whenever the wearer moves through a cell occupied by an enemy, the wearer gains... I'll check this out with comparison to the others. But that doesn't seem like it's gonna be like super meaningful for anybody other than like the blade dancer chick. Severe bizarre mechanisms. Treasures. True. Though in this case the treasures are really just random tools that some orderly is now going to be missing. Seriously, rests in a stasis field. What is the Xeno artifact? That's Necron shit. That's a lasgun. Created by inhuman hands. That is a regular lasgun. Actually, it's probably a needle rifle, actually. Okay, see, this is an inhuman weapon. Mysterious item, undoubtedly created by inhuman hands. Okay, but it's not that mysterious. It's just a fucking Drukhari fusion rifle. This is a lasgun. No, it's the lasgun. It's not that mysterious. Oh, I got... Ooh! Plus 10 tech use and plus 3 damage with plasma. Huh. Cool. It's the Dark Lance on the right, I think. On the right? This? No, it's not a Dark Lance. It's a regular... the model is a lasgun. And this is a fusion rifle. Dark Lances are heavy. This plasma goes because flat damage is premium. Yup. Yepers. Strange objects lie. Okay, this is a Dark Lance. Actually, it might be... No, it's a Reaper gun, a Dark Reaper gun. It's not a Dark Lance. Strange objects lie behind the glass of the display case. The complete absence of explanatory labels makes it impossible to learn what they are. The rare books are right on the shelf. Okay, so I got some bullshit here with regards to classified information. Dark second of the other, maybe someone who knew her well might be able to provide some clues. Yeah, we'll have to sort that out actually. It's like a combination that you have to assort based on talking to people here. Ironically, they're better than the endgame one that adds percentage damage to overcharged shot. Yeah, because the percentage doesn't stack with itself in the same way, or percentage stacks with itself. It just doesn't add up in the same way as it would if it was just, you know, flat damage getting modified by percentages. Ooh, a door. Oh, return ship into the Void Ship Bridge. So we can teleport around. So where is that fucking servitor? Oh, my Herald Servo Skull. God damn it, no. Mistress Haydari, my patience is not easily exhausted, but you are coming very close. I shall repeat myself again. No, I will not be issuing you any seal, not in exchange for your honest word, nor for a bribe. And she like kicks the ground. Most likely my last run was like 8,000 in a single hit. I think I've dealt like a bunch of damage. I don't think I got that high. But then it's like, you know, is there any creature that needs it that high? Not really. But yeah, I'd have to see how high I can get it. Let the rogue trade it aside. Ah man, I missed Jay speaking. Your lordship, I apologize for this ugly scene, but might I ask you that you rein in Mistress Haydari and put a stop to her inflammatory actions towards me? As the Exalted One is my witness, Shireen, I've tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals for the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm, the certificate with your signature. But your Chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage. Comanche purses her lips and glowers at Jay. Oh no, this isn't about me at all. Narrows her eyes as she peers into Clemence's face until the latter finally looks away. One shot the Chaos Spooter bot boss. The Defiler? I mean, the Defiler wasn't that hard. I guess he was kind of tough, but like, meh. I'm dealing like 500 damage on some of my big hits, so it's like that's the when I get to that point, the number in my head is around 500. Like with all the modifiers and stuff. Like with some minimal stuff, I've dealt some big damage numbers already. So it's like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if when I get there, I'll be hitting hard as fuck. Whatever is the matter, Mr. Susarian? Mr. Susarian, I require that a document be certified. Where is the court servitor, the keeper of seals? I'm afraid that my words may anger your lordship. The seal you are looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her ladyship Theodora von Valancius ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but, as you well know, we are a long way from Holy Terra. With warp storms ravaging the Coronus Expanse, we have been unable to receive a replacement for this day. Okay. Could this be the seal in question? This is, without a doubt, the Administratum seal for Winterscale's realm, but why is it the original and not a copy? Ah, I think I understand. Well, the laws of the Imperium do not prohibit heirs of other houses from using the seal in times of need. I will order to have servants of the machine cult create a duplicate so as to avoid such embarrassing predicaments in the future. Something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private. Oh, by all means, Shireen. I dare not waste any more of the precious bond that is your time on matters related to me, if I may excuse myself. I must take my leave. Like the final boss dies in one round from pretty much just the MC. It ain't much to dick measure about since sentient mobs are weak. Yeah. Yeah. I do enjoy dick measuring with the NPCs though. It's fun because they can't fight back. And because you can shit talk them without hurting anybody's feelings. Most HP thinking is the statue of Redacted from the DLC. Yeah, I ain't got that far. But I assume it's a statue of the three-armed emperor. I'm just gonna look up the answer here. Dargonus secret cache. Rogue traitor. And it too dies in one round. Yeah. So, glass of wine, read a book, change the music. Have a glass of Flame of Purity. Read a book, which is the Litanies of the Motive Force, and change music to Symphony of Honor and Duty. Yeah. I think we could have succeeded on this just by succeeding these tests. Yeah. The only one that I had to guess, I guess, was Flame of Purity. All the other ones were already there. So, what else is there? I'll have to drop by Footfall later. Oh, I completely forgot about doing this. Achilles Scalander has requested my attention in the throne room, so let's go talk to Scalander. But yeah, like, the game isn't hard. So I do like not just min-maxing my party and having things that feel flavorful. Whereas the endgame mobs have like at least 4 times the HP. I don't know. I found that the Necrons were tough, not difficult. But I did feel as though they were a lot easier than the word bearers and the demons in Kavagama when you go back there. Wait, not Kavagama. When you fight the Changer of Ways, right? I found that the like actual end of game was easier than that, and that was a little disappointing. Achilles, it's been many moons. I hope your cousin is feeling well. She is in good health. She sends her regards to you as well as her wishes for your swift return. For as long as the stars shine in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Not so foolish as to fail to notice a conversation in code. Your insight deserves credit, Road Trader. Then again, I expected nothing less from Theodora von Valancius' successor. To be fair, I'm only the successor because everybody else died. Allow me to introduce Achilles Scalander, properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Administratum, he acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scalander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who is engaged in other matters in the Coronus Expanse. I'm sure you'll find Achilles' service useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes within the borders of your protectorate. Greetings, Lord Esteban von Valancius. Allow me once again to express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do anything I can to track down and destroy all of Conrad Voigtvir's accomplices on the capital world. I think the highest place in the game is the one ship with crazy tech priests and a Mecha Godzilla in the final elf fight on Janus. The Forge Fiend? The Forge Fiend was easy. That thing died in one turn. And the final elf fight on Janus was... If I'm recalling correctly, that's just a bunch of Drukhari. It's not that tough. The fight in the monastery because it's timed, and if the demons spawn due to warp, you lost. Fight on the monastery. Fight on the monastery. I'm trying to remember, but I'm not recalling what that is. What that fight is. Do you know anything about what has become of Conrad Voigtvir, the former Master of Whispers? Probably not. Promised me a report. Yeah, one of his dreams reached Agonis too late. Conrad came to the planet, left it almost immediately. Once he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and naive. The worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for Lady Theodora's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt, but it seems like unlikely that the Wardens got to everyone who has allowed doubt to their hearts and now nurtures it in secret. Not the demon itself. Priests of A1 at the reactor place where you meet Heinrichs. That was easy. That was easy as well. Like, I did that one... Yeah, like, that one was easy. Didn't have any troubles with that one. You promised me a report on the state of affairs. I've already forwarded all official reports to your Seneschal. As for the conversation we're having right now, I wouldn't trust any paper or date slate with its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Dargonis' political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on the capital world, and I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Dargonis, much like nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest, or whomever they deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Dargonis are well respected, rich and powerful individuals who held Lady Theodora's favor for many years and found ways to rise above the rest by diligently serving the rogue trader. Every family pursues its own selfish interests, and each one expects that with the transition of power, they will retain and even add to their lands and wealth. The families I would recommend giving particular attention to are the Drive Stems, the Gabraks, and the Sourbacs. I should also mention the Wessarians, not a noble house per se, but a family that was part of Lady Theodora's inner circle, to the Blood's great displeasure. There's the prison Act 1 boss fight, since there too the Manta Ray Demon might spawn due to Warp Search and GG will played. Prison Act 1 boss fight. The prison. That one I did struggle with. That guy took out most of my people, yeah. Because that was the first place I went to, and he kind of one-shotted my main guy. Because at the time I was making him like fully devoted to damage warrior, and I just got one-tapped. Which is kind of why I'm making him a tank now, to see if the difference is big. And I'm already noticing a bigness in difference. The one where you need to destroy the lens. Yeah, I remember now. Like, I wasn't remembering initially, but yeah. Yeah, that one was difficult. But that was mostly... But that's the thing, right? I don't feel a lack of damage. I sometimes feel a lack of toughness, which is why I'm making my main guy a tank. The warp instability is high, so any cast might spawn a demon. If you don't cast, you get cocked as you can't get the dodge high enough without it. I mean, I basically just shot the shit out of him with Argenta. She has a bolter. So, yeah. Tell me about the Drive Stems. The Drive Stems are the ancient governor house of Dargonus. Predictably, the greater the wealth of the Von Valancius Protectorate, the fuller their coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless except for one detail. We have evidence that urban Drive Stems rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find that these attacks are always a little too advantageous for the Drive Stems, but we lack solid proof, and it might never surface. The closer an official is to a rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. I would just like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is a heresy that can be overlooked only in the case of the Von Valancius heir, not his servants. What makes the Gapraks special? What? No, not what I meant to do. The Gapraks hail from a remote Forge world, and among their distant relatives, there are many servants of the Omnissiah, and the house itself is close to the cult of the Adeptus Mechanicus, both in spirit and in their business connections. The Gapraks oversaw the industrial shipment within the Protectorate until recently, ever since the astropathic communication with Kavagama was severed. They've been quite concerned about the security of the planet placed in their care. I mean, I'm talking about unfair Iron Man. Below that probably ain't a problem. Yeah, true. But like, part of the reason why I'm playing on Daring is to kind of like get a taste of that, because I do still want to play on Unfair eventually, right? I'm doing Iron Man now. I'm not going to do it on Unfair because I like myself and I don't want to do that to myself. I love me. I love me. I would never hurt me, you know? Tell me about the Sourbacs. Religious and hardworking, the Sourbacs own many enterprises, including distillation manufactorums that produce promethium. I must note that lately members of the Sourbac family have been prone to overly liberal statements about the Von Valancius dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodora is a bit too keen to leave her worlds without proper oversight. Tell me more about the Wessarians. The Wessarians are a line founded by Lady Theodora's seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy from which Lord Abelard hails. On Dargonus, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they never were granted an official title, a process which has been impeded for decades by the old houses of Dargonus, and secondly, the other families do not see them as equals, but more as upstarts clinging to the rogue trader's favor. The Wessarians are responsible for the capital world's fleet and the majority of the cargo shipments on domestic routes. After hearing all that, I now feel the urge to have every one of those sycophants executed at once. You are naturally well within your right, rogue trader. Remember that this will cause the multi-layered bureaucratic system of Dargonus, or your entire protectorate in fact, to come apart at the seams, and that's not even considering the likelihood of attempted reprisals from their families and allies. I would hold off on the death sentences. Act with restraint and wisdom, present for all to see sufficient proof of the unwanted house's guilt. Do not mistake me, mass executions are one way to solve your problems, but in that case you should weigh up every possible scenario before you act. Indeed. I'll try again when the next DLC release, since Iron Man Death is not save deletion, so trying is free. Yep. Enough about the nobles. Was there anything else you wanted to report? There was, your lordship, and this time it concerns the main reason for my presence on this planet. Xenos and the threat they pose, both to you and to humanity as a whole. The last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scattered throughout the Coronis expanse. Warp disturbances, astropaths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the immaterium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark, or have been killed by some calamity or other. Still, I managed to establish communication with some key individuals who were able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xenos raids. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike next. I do not doubt that Governor Drivestem will beg you for protection against the Xenos, and in this fight the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Esteban. If I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention from the rogue trader and his mighty void ship to avert a disaster. Yeah. Tell me about the noble house of the guys. Yeah, what are your responsibilities? The scars on your face, what happened? About 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of promethium exploded in the storehouse of my estate, and I was buried alive under the rubble. The Emperor preserved my soul, and the skilled physicians of Dargonis saved my body, except for my lungs, with which I had to part. I presume the incident was an attempt on my life, but the identity of whoever was behind it remains a mystery. What are your responsibilities? Tell me about the Xenos. Okay, about your unofficial work. Yes? I want a list of all your... No, he's not going to give me that. Dargonis has no need of spies. Be gone. No. Whom do you truly serve? He serves both. All of those are stupid things to ask. Several deaths for failing a role in the dialogue in Act 3. Wait, what? There are also space fights that can kill you when enemies no longer can, although those were nerfed by a lot, so I'm not as concerned. There are? Like what? What would be a situation where you could be killed without without an enemy present? Yeah, I don't want to be hitting my own allies. The fuck? Reducing recall from 20 to 10. I'm gonna equip this, which is plus 3 damage here, but we'll see. Bit of Vignette dialogue thing. I mean, yeah. There are a few of those, but I was referring to the space fights. The space fights. Which ones of those can do that? Is my question. Let me see this. Rogue Trader items. Let me see equipment. Instead of jumping over the chasm in A3. I want to see. How does this describe the weapon? Bolt. It's bolt, not bolter. Okay, I'm just checking if there's a version of bolt weapons for this, right? Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a version of the gloves that just increases damage. Just checking this. I think it's a Drukhari Fighter 2 where you can take a lot of possibly lethal damage for a single mistake. I didn't really struggle that much in Chimera. Other than like the one-shot situations. It's pretty easy to not take a ton of damage. Ancient xenomechanism sounds pretty good. Burnt Aquila pendant. Where's this from? Finding Commissar in Act 3. Yeah, because at that time you're kind of missing a lot of your good stuff. So if you're not careful, he could kill you very easily. Plus there's a lot of them. I was planning to fight him on this one. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But you can always just Alt F4 and then reload if you're about to die, so you can try again. Tell him I'm ready to see the governor. Alright, let's see this bitch. Esteban von Valancius. Let's see this bitch. You really do look like a bitch. Esteban von Valancius, 20th in his line rogue trader, keeper of the Sacred Warrant, and ruler of the Coronus Expanse from the Kranich system to the 100 Dreams Crossroad. I bid you welcome. Urban Drivestem, governor of this great world. First and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora von Valancius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dargonus and of the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. Governor glances at Kibble anxiously, then immediately averts his gaze. Then he looks at her again, but when Kibble lets out a grim chuckle and stretches her lips daubed in fresh blood into a petrifying grin, the governor turns away from her sharply, all but squealing in fear. Theodora von Valancius deserves more than that. You will declare a full year of mourning. I will immediately give all necessary instructions, your lordship. Esteemed Esteban, Lady Theodora was a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us lean on our wisdom and persevere in spite of this tragedy. Together, and let us carry on where she no longer can, by leading the von Valancius Protectorate to even greater prosperity. Alas, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. That's cheating. Might as well not play Iron Man. I don't care about Chivos anyway. I do want... I mostly want the special item. I want to see what it is. And I mostly only do the cheats for if I feel like the death is, like, cheesy, right? Not metal enough, 1,000 years of mourning. Nah. 1 year. You get a year. You get a year. When I die, it's 1,000 years. When she dies, 1 year. Okay, so, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the astropaths of Dargonus flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. We're gradually restoring our ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak. The routes are tangled and no longer lead to the systems that the captains expect them to. Given that the vast majority of ships in the Dargonus Navy travel without relying on the services of navigators, without your engagement, the well-being of the von Valancius dynasty and billions of its subjects is presently a risk. We met a ship from Dargonus not too long ago. The crew was transporting a strange artifact and went mad during the flight. This is a truly regrettable bit of news. What's more, leaving Dargonus has been forbidden for several cycles now. Seems the Wessarian family has once again failed in their primary responsibilities. We will investigate this at once, as well as the fact that the ship had to acquire a permit with the Administratum seal. Does your nephew still serve at the Administratum Palace? I don't understand. The ship did indeed depart from orbit, but it did so, if you can believe it, on the rogue trader's authorization. That is why no one dared to impede its departure. Lord Captain, it would seem that Conrad somehow got his hands on a copy of your authorization, perhaps even the original. A tool like that in the hands of a traitor does not bode well. What exactly do the Dargonus expect from me in light of the loss of routes? Of course they expect me to fix it. I would like to complete my inauguration as rogue trader as soon as possible. When is the ceremony? I'm afraid that until you deal with pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central worlds of the von Valancius Protectorate are going through a crisis, and the warp disturbances, if void observers are to be believed, will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. Alright. Conrad Voidveer is a heretic and a traitor. Has he shown his face here? Lord Voidveer visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say? Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors has come from. I shall be frank with your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us. The absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manners of rumors and misinterpretations, especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a rogue trader. However, Conrad Voidveer was once a true boon to the Protectorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his word. Subject all who have dared to make heretical remarks about the rogue trader to servitude in perpetuities. Machines aren't prone to dissidence. I shall immediately make all the arrangements so that your order can be carried out properly. Alright, what is expected of me? We're all troubled by the fate of the agri-world Janus that supply Dargonus and other planets with foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even the mildest rabble to revolt. Furthermore, House Gaprak is perturbed by the loss of communication with the industrial world Kiaba Gamma, which is in their charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention the most is the penal world Vebus 6, one of the key mining suppliers in your protectorate. Such intriguing concern for the Vebus 6 outpost. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction stations there? Your lordship, I beg you, do not misinterpret my words. Do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decisions in any way. You see, without Vebus 6, the manufacturers on your worlds will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere, and arrange for new shipments, and in these troubling times they run the risk of delays and other most tragic mishaps. My only concern is for the prosperity of the von Valancius dynasty. I've already visited the agri-world Janus. Governor Viat found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Viat line is one of the oldest in the von Valancius protectorate. If the inheritant of such well-respected blood could not handle whatever had befallen her, then the situation must have been extraordinary indeed. Vistenza succumbed to worshipping the ruinous powers and was executed. Ruinous powers? Truly horrifying news. I commend your resolve and unwavering severity. Death to the enemies of humanity. That does it for the plans and trade routes. What else? Xenos, your lordship, I don't rightly know where to begin. Otherworldly beasts are not an uncommon sight in the current expanse. They have been a menace to the worlds this side of the Maw for decades, but now those abominations are on the rampage. They show no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We're in the process of restoring the Ashapathic Choir of Dargonus. Luckily, we were forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, though those that remain are as yet unable to transmit messages. I hope Master Scalando will keep his word and offer his support in the war against the Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Vebus 6 has been of particular concern in the latest few cycles, which is all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. And now to issues on a smaller scale. There is a certain degree of tension in the capital due to the unorthodox secession of the Sacred Warrant. Chances of uprisings are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I have prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure to your successor. What is to be done with them? Command the spinners of the blood-spun web, and they will set a fine snare of retribution, Domin Esteban. We will whisper names, and that whisper will drown out insolent voices. Eliminate the most prominent malcontents quietly, but do not threaten entire families. Hopefully these steps will be enough to keep the rest from causing any more trouble. Once your lordship's wrath descends upon the guilty, have no doubt there won't be a soul on Dargonus willing to share their fate. And one last thing, your lordship. Your inauguration as bearer of the Sacred Warrant is but a matter of time, and I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine you're intended to uphold centuries-old tradition, bolstered by an equally long-lasting friendship of being represented on Dargonus by one of the noble houses. I presume, as before, this duty will be accorded to House Drivestem? Your presumption is wrong. I'll bestow this honor upon the Wessarians. Lord Captain, to accompany you at such a critical hour is the greatest honor for the Wessarian bloodline. Have no fear, we will not fail you. Forgive my boldness, but I must remind you that the Wessarians, whose lineage traces back to a Navy officer are not of the Dark Owner's nobility. Such decisions may have adverse effects on your subjects' loyalty, your lordship. I shall immediately relay your commands, most gracious Royal Trader. Thank you for your time. Alright, I'll go look. Got like 50 pages of legal files to come through today. I actually am about to finish stream, because I have somewhere to be in 5 minutes. So, hold on just a moment so that we can raid with a slightly bigger number. Just to make a smaller streamer a little bit happier. Or get noticed by a bigger streamer, who knows? Yeah, I'm not seeing any small streamers that I follow active. You know what? I'm gonna raid Tectone, because he's bald and he deserves a little bit of extra love. You know how it is. So, I hope you guys had a good time. I know I did. I really like this game. One of my favorite 40k games ever. It just nails the vibe, right? It just nails the vibe perfectly. So, hope to see you guys again tomorrow. We'll be playing either some Dragon Age Inquisition, or we'll leave Dragon Age Inquisition for next week and the weeks after that. And we'll play some Space Marine 2 tomorrow, or we'll play some more of this. I have yet to decide. Stick around and find out. But, with all that being said... Oh, actually, no, wait. Tomorrow is Fear and Hunger Friday. We need to play Fear and Hunger. What am I saying? So, with all that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, and cheers!